Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome to the Winning Ideas of SIH 2025. Today we bring you a conversation with the winning team behind a solution that ensures authenticity, transparency and trust across the entire value chain of Ayurvedic herbs. By combining traditional knowledge with cutting-edge technology, this innovation can help safeguard the integrity of Ayurvedic practices. Let's hear from the minds who made it possible. Welcome to the studio, guys. To begin with, let's know something about you first. Please introduce you and yourself and your team, and then we'll move on.
Hello everyone, we are from Team Knight. I am Kunal Kumar Dubey, and this is my team along with me. This is Mukul Prashad, Avinash Verma, and Shreya Srivastav along with Manas and Tanvi. We worked on problem statement number 25027, which was on a blockchain-based system.
So now let's understand the problem. What exactly the problem was that you worked upon? Please explain that.
The core problem in the Ayurveda supply chain is lack of trust due to zero traceability. Most medicinal herbs are sourced from informal or undocumented channels, so manufacturers and consumers cannot verify where the herb came from, whether it's authentic or if it meets the quality standards. This leads to three major issues: the adulteration and quality failures, export rejection due to non-compliance, farmers not getting fair value for genuine products. So essentially, the system lacks a reliable way to track and verify the herbs and the source to the consumers.
Okay, so yeah, it's actually a very informal kind of a setup right now. And a lot of systems need to be built up around, Ayurveda practices here. So surely this is something which needs working upon. So what did you work upon? What solution have you come up with? Please let us know that.
We have worked upon a blockchain-based system, which is a private blockchain system, which is based on Hyperledger Fabric. The Hyperledger Fabric sets up the platform from farmer to consumer end, where a consumer at the end of the system can scan a QR and get to know from where the herbs have been processed, from where the labs it has been reported, and what are its quality standards. So the manufacturers also can get a report of is it authentic or not, the herbs from which farmer it is coming. And also the thing is the consumer at the end of the process can scan a QR, get to know about the farmer also, and also the lab. It has met the quality standards or not, the NMPB guidelines which was given by the government of India and the Ministry of Ayush. According to that, we can completely check it, and if it is okay with it, then only we go forward and the process is continued.
Okay, so
we have also worked on a SMS based platform, which is an offline platform. Whenever there is in rural areas, there is no proper internet, because the herbs which are collected is not from the proper areas or the hilly regions, so there is no internet. So we worked on a SMS based blockchain platform.
Okay, so can you go or take us through the working of it, like the flow of it? How does it work as a consumer? How do I use it actually?
If we'll talk about how exactly it works, the herbal trace works in 4 steps. The data capture step is the very first one, where the farmer records your tag collection data. Then there's the verification state, where the labs upload the quality reports from the same farmer recorded collection. And the third stage is traceability, where each batch is tracked through the processing from starting from the geotag collection that is done by the farmer itself. Now the last step in which we are managing is transparency. Through the consumers can access all the data through the QR which is generated after the blockchain which we are using ensures that one data is recorded, it cannot be altered throughout this journey, which builds the trust across the entire supply chain.
What happens at the back end, at the farmer end or the procurement end? I mean, how is that done, and how do you ensure that correct data is being input and the correct details are being input?
So how we ensure that the data which is coming on our platform is authentic? So blockchain ensures that data cannot be altered after it's recorded, but authenticity at input is handled through multiple validation layers, which is built in our system. First, we use geotagging and timestamp, so every entry is linked to a real location and time. Second, we require photo evidence and user identity verification that is done itself by our system. The photo evidence is also taken by our system, the app which we have developed for the farmer. Third, we require the critical data like quality is not self-reported. It comes from a verified labs and authorized stakeholders. And finally, we design the system with role-based access and cross-verification. So no single actor can manipulate the entire process which is going inside our system. So authenticity comes from a combination of verified inputs, controlled access, and immutable records that our system is creating.
Great, that sounds good. Now tell me, how do you plan to reach out to that community, that farmer base, so that you can get more and more people, you can onboard more and more people, and make your app really, really robust.
So basically, our main focus is farmers. So reaching farmers is the main goal between us because it is where the most of the products fail. So talking about how to reach farmers, the first is we should partner with existing farmer trained networks. We also need to partner with Ministry of Ayush since there are labs and manufacturers which are already collaborated with them. Now we can also work through some local aggregators, which are the middleman, the cooperatives, and the local traders as well. And also we need to be on ground. We should build trust between farmers, and we should also give demos to the farmers for this.
Okay, now let's talk about the user end. At the user end, who all are there which you're targeting, and how can they benefit out of it?
So coming up to the user end, our end user are across the entire supply chain, but we divide them into primary and secondary users. The primary users are the Ayurvedic manufacturers and brands. They use herbal traits for compliance, quality assurance, and brand trust. Now the secondary users are farmers and collectors for recording and getting better price than what they are getting from last several years. The labs are also our secondary user for uploading the verified test reports. The consumers are the users which we are generally targeting on because they will be the one who will be scanning the QR codes and verifying the authenticity of the product they are getting on their table. Now there is another role which is especially designed by us, which is recruiters, which who can audit and compile the visibility of the whole system. So while multiple stakeholders interact with the system, the core business users are manufacturers and the rest strengthens the ecosystem like the consumer and the farmer.
Okay, so how do you plan to monetize this? How do how do you plan that it can be turned into a business or not? Like, any ideas, any thoughts about that?
At the time, sir, we have built this system entirely to be used as a system of Ayush Mantralaya, but our monetization is primarily focused on B2B businesses. Like we have three main revenue streams: the transaction fees, a small fees per batch or QR code generated. This scales with users. The software as a service subscription. The manufacturers pay a monthly fees for access to the platform, dashboard, and the compliance tool which they are using, the system which we are providing them as a software. Now the third one is value added services. This includes the certification support, the analytics, and supply chain. The key idea is we are not charging farmers because we want them to get on board to our platform. We are monetizing the value of trust, the compliance, and the branding of companies to be very fair.
What all research, what all work did go into this? I mean, how did you come up with this entire platform? What was behind, what efforts were there behind it?
The idea came up last year itself when I was with my grandmother. She came up with a pot of clay which contains the raw turmeric in it. So she used that to cure my current medical condition. So the idea came in that why she is using the raw turmeric instead of the one that is based already on the cells of our households. So in the same way, I discussed the problem with my friends, and we approached this problem from both secondary research and ground level research. First, we studied the reports from the organizations like FSSAI, Ayush Mantralaya, NMPB, WHO, and market research firms. Later, we analyzed the existing supply chains, which is to understand where exactly transparency breaks. We divided the roles mostly with all of our teammates. The Tanvi has done the research on the ideas which were given by the FSSAI, the reports which were generated by NMPP, WHO, along with Shreya. Secondly, when analyzing the blockchain, Mukul and Avinash done a great job by analyzing the things and finding out the key points where the transparency is breaking. And to validate the assumptions through our pilot interaction and user feedback, so me and Kunal were in the ground to do so. We interacted with the consumers, we interacted with the farmers, and whatever the best was possible. So this all gathered into our solution building and prototyping phase, which later helped us to build the solution which we are presenting today.
Great, wonderful teamwork, and no wonder you guys went down to win the coveted prize. Great. So now let's talk about the experience itself you had at SIH. How did that go? The mentoring round, the judging rounds, what all transpired there?
So the experience was absolutely amazing. The mentors helped us to find the gaps in our project and also enhance the project in the meanwhile time only. The mentoring round as well as the evaluation round were the key factors behind our winning factor.
Great. So any particular inputs that made the difference or threw you out of your comfort zone? Anything of that sort happened?
We have built an application for the farmers, as I previously mentioned. So in the application, in our first mentoring round, our mentor suggested us to make the dashboard more easy for farmers because they are not that much into the technology. So he suggested us to make a snack bar where the farmer can tap in one go and the collection page suddenly opens up, so he can easily submit the collection from there only. We also added the microphone option so that the farmer need not to fill the whole data, the whole form to submit the collection. He can just tap on the mic and say whatever he wants. Our system will configure using the AI that what he is exactly trying to cultivate or made a collection. So that's what we got as our first input, and we worked tirelessly during these 36 hours, and finally we were able to implement it as how the mentor asked.
Great. So now where do you go from here? Like, how do you want to use this knowledge gained through this entire experience and the work that you've done? How do you want to put that to use for any future projects or anything like maybe a generating employment or creating a startup, things like that? So how do you want to take this forward?
So taking this forward as a learning is like having we compiled like 4 to 6 months within this project, starting with the phase where we were researching on different topics. So from there only we developed a great teamwork experience along our team with these 6 members that help us gain some real insights that how exactly a team works. Now coming up to the employment generation or like making it to a startup, we are focusing highly on that, but we are currently in contact with a few mentors to make the things came live into the real world, because it's like a quite scattered market to just to join the 5 or our stakeholders is like a tough task to do. So we are hoping for the guidance and we are already working on that. We have a solution in our end, but we need a bit of market experience from someone who can provide us the guidance towards it. So we'll be definitely working on it.
So great. I'm sure you'll definitely all get all that. I mean, be in touch with the incubation centers around you. There must be one in your university or college itself. And you can always get in touch with the Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell people, and they are there to help you out. Great. So congratulations once again on winning this SIH 2025, and I wish you all the best for your future projects and the wonderful teamwork that you've shown. I'm sure you will go places, and this project of yours will also benefit the consumers immensely. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your project with us. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for the chance.
It's clear that this innovation can be a significant step towards ensuring authenticity, quality, and trust in traditional medicine. Stay tuned for more conversations that celebrate ideas, preserving the past while shaping the future.